All right, quick credit tip QCT coming in today. This is your guy, Meta Marvin, aka Funding CEO. Man, happy holidays to everybody. I just want to jump in real quick and just give up some more information about being creative in these days. Understanding it's always one way to get somewhere. It's always different ways to get what you need. Don't always have to be one way. And so this way I've talked about funding and people, well, you got to have the credibility. Well, that is true. Credit is probably the most important thing when it comes with going out seeking funding for personal or business. But there's another thing that I want to talk about today, and I call it revenue to revenue. And I figured revenue to revenue is because regardless of whatever you're doing, guys, you're making money from something. But what our problem is, and a lot of where we're seeing today, is a lot of stuff is not being recorded or reported. And so it's just going out in la la land and nobody knows what's going on. Now, a lot of people like to play safe and don't want nobody to know. But if you want to build business and you want to get into some revenue funding, this is the way that we can do it, okay? So today is going to be revenue funding. Revenue funding comes with what are you bringing from when you go to work, how much you making every week, every 2 weeks. Funding, revenue. I just want to keep talking about that. Now, when it comes to revenue funding, we got to understand and know here at Funding Credit, we take it apart because this is the thing we have to look at. When it comes to revenue, right, is what your projections of gross income or what you're coming out from what you're making from your job or from your business. Sometimes it comes out in, of course, statement, bank statements. We can look at a PayPal, anything that you're bringing in revenue, selling products, service, whatever, okay? But what we're doing and what we could do is be able to look at what you have bringing in. Say if you're making $20,000 a month, okay? So usually the projection on most cases is like 60 days. So we're looking at what, 60 grand, right? So understanding what we know, certain particular banks will actually give you 65, 70% of that 60 grand. And it could be vary at a fraction of what your credit score would have to be to go get unsecured funding, meaning that this way your credit score could be 650, 660. It doesn't have to have that 720 scoring range because revenue is your collateral. So they're going to give you revenue because you're showing them revenue. And your credit doesn't have to be that high because it's not based on your credit so much, a little bit, but not most. Most of this is based on the revenue. Right? So revenues and what banks look at it is they have to have money and money's coming through their banks, right? So it's your money. So basically what they're going to do, if you're showing me a more of a pattern of money's coming through my bank, I don't mind giving you a line of credit, right? LOI, a line of credit, LOC, sorry, and be able to show you that, hey, I tell you what, you're putting this much money through my bank every 60 days. Yeah, I will at least give you 65, 70%, but the higher the credit score, the more they could give you towards giving almost close to 100% of what you're showing them. But in most cases, they give you 65, 70% revenue funding. Revenue funding is good because it's just like cash, but it's like a credit card. Whatever you use, you pay for it, you're right back to that balance, right? Just like with a credit card. You use the credit card, you pay the credit card, you use it, pay it back down, you still got the balance right back again, right? You go use, you got a $10,000 card, you use 1,000 of it, you pay that $1,000 back, you're not at 9, you're back at 10, which is the same thing as revenue funding. Revenue funding is a line of credit. It is just based on monies. It's based on having a certain amount of monies in the bank. You can use those monies as you will, right? And the thing about it, it keeps getting higher and higher and higher. Now, we have aspects that we can do it on the personal and the business side. So be mindful 2021, guys. Making money, go out here, work hard, but that money can work for you in certain ways. You just got to know what to ask for. We have products and funding credit all over this stuff. We did it some last year, was very successful. Then when COVID hit, they sort of shut all that down because the banks wasn't trusting anybody. So they're opening back up. They're starting to say the line of credit programs is at a part now that they want to go ahead and start allowing some monies. So I just want to be the first and foremost to let you know, Funding CEO Marvin Wilson is on top of it, and I'm getting some good feedback. So I wanted to share that with you. This is the credit tip for this week. Revenue funding. If you show me some money, I can get you some. Consistency. So you don't have to use your money. You can use their money and keep yours. Okay? Peace.